Hi MSA, welcome. This is Art on Tuesday, April 21st, and today we're going to be reading a book called 20SnailsSpell. So before we start, usually in art, I check in and ask everyone how they're feeling today. You might want to take a moment to look at the feelings chart I'm going to show. And think about how you feel. Maybe you feel happy, sad, tired, or mad, or maybe you feel something else. Just let the person who you're doing this with know. It's a nice time to talk about how you feel, and maybe you can share. A lot of times when we talk in group, we can say how we feel, and we can talk about if other people feel the same way, or if other people are feeling different. So I'm going to stop sharing that one, and we're going to go back to sharing. Now we're going to look together at the book. So let's see if we can do that together. So here is our book. It's called 20SnailsSpell. It's by Joanne Ryder, and the pictures are by Lynn Cherry. It says, to my cousins, Brett, Douglas, Eric, Aaron, James, Jeffrey, Kelly, Matthew, Megan, Melanie, Sean, JR, to Bessie Cogan, my wonderful grandmother. And there's a little mouse, 2 mice. All right, here's the picture. It's a little child. I think sometimes in yoga you might do this pose where you have your face down and your knees bent. This person is in the garden. It says, imagine you are soft and have no bones inside you. Imagine you are gray, the color of smoke. There they are imagining. And you can even, since you're at home, you could be down in this position too and imagining if you want to. You are shrinking. So imagine getting smaller, right? Small like this little chipmunk. The person is shrinking. They're getting smaller and smaller in the book, right? They're this size, and then look, they got smaller. Smaller and smaller and smaller. Whoa. You are 2 inches long, lying on the brown ground, all soft and gray. Imagine you have no arms and legs now. Imagine you cannot walk or run. You're a snail, right? They don't walk or run, they kind of slide. Oh, there's the little child sliding. Instead, you glide and make your own smooth, sticky path to ride on. It is easy to move this way, and it feels cool and good. Look at that little person there, like a snail. All the things in the garden look so big now. What else do we have? You have a head and a mouth with rows of tiny teeth, but your teeth are on your tongue. You eat by sticking out your tongue and scraping tiny bits of lettuce into your tiny mouth. There they are, eating the tiny bits of lettuce. Ooh, there's a toad and a little mice and a snail. What else? There's a turtle. There's the little child as a snail. As you glide slowly on the damp brown ground, you touch everything with two short feelers. On the top of your head, you have two long feelers. You can stretch and stretch these feelers till they look like long, long horns. Stretch. This little person stretches their long feelers. Just like the snail stretches its long feelers, right? Little bumps on the snail. There's the turtle. There's the stretching feelers. Your small black eyes rest at the tips of these feelers. One eye sees the brightness above. The other feeler curls around a lettuce leaf. Now you can see the darkness there. But your feeler touches something in the dark. Something wriggling, someone alive. Fast as you can, you pull your feeler back, right? You tuck your eye inside your feeler and hide it from danger. Your eye glides down and down into your head. Oh, there he is. Just like how the snails do, right? Have you seen one? If you get close to that little part, it goes and sucks down in like that. When you feel safe, your eye glides up and up to see your world again. You are soft and small and slow, gliding up and down and upside down. Oh, there they are gliding. You can close your eyes and imagine on your back lies a light curled shell. It is part of you, and it grows as you grow. You see this swirl on the shell of the snail? All right, and now, whenever you want to rest, you have a place to go. First, you tuck your feelers inside your head. Then you draw your head and soft gray body inside your shell and sleep. Oh, a little person. There they are in the garden. Actually, they're pretty big, holding a tiny snail. That's the end of that one. Come back. So now that we had a chance to hear, we will now get out our drawing materials. So hold on just a moment. Okay, so I wonder what you were thinking about when you were listening and looking at that story. Were you thinking about how tiny a snail is, or how slimy it might feel to be a snail? One thing about that snail is they have their home on their back all the time, right? We're gonna make something that looks like a snail home today. And we're gonna practice that because a snail shell, if you remember, is round, right? But it also has a bit of a swirl. You see how it goes like a spiral? So we're gonna look at spirals today, but we're also gonna look at just a circle inside of a circle. So some of us are gonna make circle inside of circle, and some of us are gonna make spiral. I'm gonna use my big marker, and you can use any drawing material you want. If you wanna start with pencil, if you wanna have colors available to color it in, that would be great. I'm gonna show you marker, and I'm gonna show you with a bowl for the circle part. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. We're gonna look together. So trace, I'm going around the outside of my bowl. Oh my goodness, my bowl, how funny, is making bumps. Because my bowl has bumps. So while I'm tracing, I'm getting bumps. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but I'm gonna go with it. So I have my bumps and I have my circle. Now, one thing I can do is practice making a circle inside the circle. Just a little bit inside, right? And you can do this by yourself, or you can do this with a grown-up helping, or another person helping. But the more you can try to do it yourself, it's fun to learn if you can do it yourself. And if you cannot get it just inside, it's okay too. I am practicing going in, in, in. But you might just like coloring inside. So I made 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles. That's one way to do it. And if you want to, if what the whole thing you do is color inside of your circle, that's the perfect thing to do. So whatever thing you want to do during this time is important to do, because you're thinking about this amazing thing that you just did, right? We went on this journey in the SnailsSpell book. We imagined we were a snail, and maybe inside of that snail shell and inside of that dark place when you were thinking about all the dark, cool, right, in the garden, maybe that's what you want to draw inside the circle. So that's one thing to do. I'm going to give you another idea. So remember, we had this idea of a spiral. I wonder if you can start in the middle and bring your marker around and out and bigger and bigger. This is another idea of something to do. Try to bring your marker around and around and see if you can do it. Maybe you make it go in more. I don't know. Some of you might want to add the snail's body, right? Or some of you might want to draw something on the outside of the spiral. But whatever you want to do, this is your special time to make the work that you need to make. And at the end, you can talk about if you liked making it or if you didn't like making it. And if you like what you made or if you don't like what you made. And all of those things are just fine. And I thank you so much for being here and for checking out this recording of your class today. And I hope that you got a chance to try using your hand to make something. and see what came out, right? See what happened. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.